Let's start with the positives. Here are the top 5 pros for joining Real Broker. First pro, cutting edge technology. So what does that even mean, right? If you're a brand new real estate agent, you probably have no idea. Let me just share with you that we have tools that will streamline the workflow process. Real Broker offers a CRM program called Lofty that is really robust. It's quite fancy. It does a ton of marketing features for you. It keeps you organized, has all the fancy features that you would be looking for in a CRM. Also, a very efficient transaction management system. So when it comes to transactions, let's use 123 Main Street as an example. You have templates inside of the transaction and everything that you need, whether or not it's a buyer or a seller or a agent referral, everything is listed of all the items that you need. You upload the transaction that's required, and there's admin staff there to let you know if something is missing or something is incorrect, or if you have any random questions pertaining to the documents, you have admin staff there to help you. It's a really easy, seamless, user-friendly system. These tools help you stay organized and productive. I'm super happy with the back end side of things when it comes to Real compared to other brokerages that I've personally been at. Everything is laid out for you very easily as far as like how much farther do you have until you cap? Who have you brought into the brokerage? How many people have they brought into the brokerage? What are their sales looking like as far as like their particular transactions, like what payments are pending from your residual income, what is going on with the stocks. I am super happy with the back end side of things within Real. The dashboard lays down everything that you could possibly need, and honestly it's just really aesthetically pleasing. I love the whole layout of it. Example of some of the things that are on there is like how much farther you have until you cap, how much money have you made. You can search like how much have I made in the last month, how much have I made this year in general, how much should I make in 2021. Recruiting or bringing on agents to Real Broker is one of your goals. You can see on there the agents that you have brought on. You can see how many number of agents they have brought on. You can see their transactions, like what payments are pending with that. Obviously, you can see your current transactions and everything that's going on with that. If you want to get some marketing done, there is a marketing tab, the training tab. There is, of course, the messaging option. If you ever want me to show you the back end side of things, let me know, send me a message, and I will be happy to do like a Zoom or share with you a Loom video. But yes, very happy with the technology over at Real Broker. The second pro is the competitive commission structure and revenue sharing. Of the other brokerages that I've been with, this is the least amount of money that I have paid a brokerage within the year. So other brokerages that I've been with, I've had to pay them, some of them double than what I'm paying now with Real. So I'm really happy about that. I feel as though they do have a very competitive commission structure. Everyone starts off with an 85-15 split, and you only pay the brokerage $12,000 a year. It's a very attractive revenue sharing model. This means that you can maximize your earnings while also having the opportunity for passive income. Brokerages that I was with, you got a very, very small percentage of what other real estate agents made if you brought them to the brokerage, like if you sponsored them into the brokerage. And Real Broker has a very attractive revenue sharing model. This isn't extra money that the agent is having to pay this other person who sponsored them into the brokerage. No, out of the $12,000 total that you pay Real Broker within the year, real estate agent makes the money off of that $12,000, if that makes sense. If not, let me know. Happy to get on a call with you to chat about it. Third pro is a supportive community. So let me just share with you, when I first got into real estate, which, things were a lot different 10 years ago. Okay. There wasn't cloud-based brokerages that I knew of anyways. And the only other way to have a supportive community was to actually go into the office. But I was actually thinking about this. I was just thinking about this yesterday, and my productivity inside of the office when other agents were actually in there was very low. I wasn't getting much done then. So for some reason, I felt as though it was so important for me to have an office to be around other real estate agents, but when they were there, we truthfully were not that productive. I was really committed. When I got into real estate for several years, I really wanted to be inside the office. So if I wasn't out on appointments, I was in the office Monday through Friday. And I would say most of the time, nobody was ever in there. And it was just me and like the admin girl. It actually was like quite lonely. So I think when agents did finally come in there, I just wanted to chat. And so I feel as though it just wasn't very productive. When I look back on it, I'm like, why was that so important to me? Hopefully, the times have changed and cloud-based brokerages are a thing, and I receive more support now within a cloud-based brokerage than I've ever received with any other brokerage. Being inside the office, physically seeing real estate agents, physically seeing the broker, I'm able to get so much more done, much more supportive community of like-minded real estate agents. This brings me into the fourth tip, and that is flexibility and work-life balance. I want to do another video on work-life balance, especially now being a mom of a 20-week-old baby. So stay tuned for that. But Real Broker's cloud-based brokerage allows you to work from anywhere. There is so much flexibility. Heard from other real estate agents that some brokerages require you to, one, be in the office, require you to work full-time, and really you can take this opportunity with this flexibility and do whatever you want with it and work as much or as little as you want within Real Broker. So what I've heard from other real estate agents is that this is a huge pro. The last pro that I'm going to share with you here in this video, continuous learning and development. So the training within Real Broker, there's a monthly calendar of all of the trainings laid out. And truthfully, there's like 5 trainings a day that you can tap into. And if you are a Real Broker, you can watch any of the replays from previous recordings. If you're not a Real Broker agent, I can send you the link for the trainings. You're able to hop on live if you want to check it out, see what it's all about. The only thing is that you can't watch the replay. What I like about the training within Real is that they are super hyper focused on social media. If that is something that you are wanting to learn more about, you want to be around other people who are inspiring, that are doing social media at a much, much higher level, they are doing trainings on this several times a week, and they're sharing like actionable items that you can do to implement these tips and strategies that they have like that day. And I'm telling you, does not involve probably what you're thinking, like super high tech items, like really costly equipment or having to hire out. They have very actionable, affordable tips in these trainings, and I'm always so fired up and excited and inspired to get out and do these things. But social media is a way that you're wanting to lead generate, or maybe you've been on social media for a little bit but you're just having a hard time converting. Like there's trainings on that. So like I was saying, they're very hyper focused on social media, on YouTube, on lead generating. Let me look right now on our calendar and I can share with you like actual trainings that are coming up in this next week. Okay, so social media and marketing mastermind Monday at 1 p.m. So a lot of these trainings are the same day and same time every single week. And this is one of them. The social media and marketing mastermind, sales accelerator, trends and tactics mastermind, Tuesday at 11 a.m. I know that is every single week. This Tuesday, there is a mastermind Instagram for normal people with Shannon. That one's probably going to be really good. A role-playing workshop, building a referral-based business, attraction accelerator. There's a training on Lofty on our CRM system. This is all on this upcoming Tuesday. Those all sound really good. Okay, let me share with you Wednesday. Convert with Christine, the investor agent playbook, close more transactions and build wealth. Facebook and Instagram listing system. This is just on Wednesday. And you guys, these trainings are like none other. Changed our shirts because we are out here today shooting some content. Let's get into the cons of Real Broker. So I made some notes here. Let's pull these out. First con that I have, limited physical presence. An actual office space, a brick and mortar, I guess you could say, where you would have the opportunity to go into the office for the trainings, to go into the office to see the other real estate agents, to see the broker. I know for some real estate agents, they feel as though that is really important to them. So I would say that is one of the cons. One of the things that is my goal for in the future for local real estate agents who are with Real, I want to be able to collaborate and meet up and have coffee meetups. I used to do this like prior to having summer, but I would love the opportunity to meet with other real estate agents, especially ones specifically with Real, and be able to work together. Maybe that would help with people feeling as though they want to be in front of other real estate agents. Second con is self-discipline is required. It is very much required. You have this flexibility to work anywhere, but it also means you have to be very self-motivated and disciplined. So without maybe that structured office environment, it can be easy to get distracted and to lose focus. So I think for me, in the beginning when I got into real estate and I was in the office every day, it was, like I mentioned earlier in this video, it was lonely, but it was very quiet, and I was able to get out of the house, have this space where I wasn't distracted by other things that were going on at home, and I was able to have this undivided time to focus on work, sending my emails, making my follow-up calls, setting appointments. I think that you can create this environment for yourself within your home or at a co-working space, at a coffee shop. I have friends that the people that we partner up with for our closings, a lot of times they have extra spaces, they have extra rooms, conference rooms, office spaces, and it would be very easy to reach out to them. And I have done this before with our title company that we use specifically here locally. I've asked them, hey, I've got a Zoom call, or hey, I've got to host this webinar, or hey, Carrie and I want to meet up. We want to have a meeting. Is it okay? Because it was like a perfect meeting ground for us on this one specific day that I was like, hey, is it okay if we use your office? So maybe just think a little bit outside of the box and think about your real estate partners and whose offices you might be able to utilize. So besides title companies, could very easily use mortgage lenders' offices as well. I am sure they would be more than happy for you to be in their office making your calls and appointments and whatnot. And they probably have extra space as well. And it's not like you're needing like a whole lot of space. So utilize these other resources. Another con, and that is there's a lot of technology that is really appealing about Real, but there is a little bit of a learning curve. If there is some user-friendly options as far as the main dashboard, as far as like transaction management, but if you wanted to get fancy, there are some fancy features with our CRM. It used to be called Chime and now it's called Lofty. It's an additional $40 a month. You don't have to get the CRM, but I think I mentioned on another previous video that if you wanted to get Lofty outside of being with Real Broker, it's like $500 plus a month. It has a lot of really, really fancy features. For somebody who is not very good with technology, I think it's easy to use like the basic features of the CRM, like adding in a lead, emailing, texting, making notes, adding tasks, adding reminders. Those tasks are easy, but there is quite a learning curve with a lot of the other fancy features. I'm just going to be honest with you. And I have actually reached out to somebody who, she is a real estate agent within Real, but she also offers, you can pay her to help you with the website that Lofty gives you to customize it, but also all the other fancy features like setting up marketing materials. And there's this super awesome nice AI feature that is within the CRM that can be on your website communicating with buyers. So if someone goes to your website, there's this AI feature. I'm sure you've seen it before on other people's websites where it's like, hi, it's Anna. What questions do you have? And you can kind of quickly ask some questions on that website. We have that option with Lofty. And also the AI feature can like call and text and email your leads in your CRM, but I don't really know how to utilize that technology yet. So there's this person that I reached out with that I'm setting up a call with, to chat with her about it because it isn't super user friendly or laid out for you to easily be able to figure this out, in my opinion, and I'm having to reach out to an outside source to help me with it. So if you're wanting to utilize something like that, these fancy features in Lofty, there is a learning curve. So let me share with you this next con, and that is less brand recognition. So Real Broker is more of a newer brokerage, right? And I think for some people, they get really, really honed in on the brokerage that they're with. And from day one with being with this brokerage, like I do believe in promoting a brokerage or showcasing that you are with this brokerage. Like I'm wearing a Real shirt right now. So I totally get it. But I would say probably 95% of the time, I am not talking about the brokerage that I'm with. I am not showcasing the brokerage that I'm with. I am showcasing myself. I am the brand. I am who the client, the buyer, and the seller is working with. So I say this because a lot of real estate agents really lean on their brokerage and on their name. So there's a lot of other brokerages that have been around since the beginning of time. And so they have built up a reputation and people have heard of it before, and that makes them a little bit more comfortable, or it feels familiar to them. This is my experience. I don't think my clients, honestly, like I've been with Real now for almost 2 years, and it could partially be because they haven't heard of Real before. I don't know, but I promise you, my clients have no idea where I'm at. Other real estate agents may have an idea of where I'm at, but majority of my clients have no idea. And I kind of want to keep it that way. I feel as though I want to brand myself. And so since I've been in the business now for almost 10 years, I only had a situation one time where I'm just going to share with you the story. So I went to this appointment. I believe it was a for sale by owner, and I was at a brokerage called Exit Real Estate Gallery. I was there for 5 years. And I was at the appointment for the for sale by owner, and I remember him being really confused by the name of my brokerage, and he hadn't heard of it before, and it was kind of a weird name, like Exit. It's a weird name for a brokerage. I'm sorry. I think it is weird. I always thought that was weird. Like while I was there, I know my other friends who were there, like they just thought like not a very good name, but it is what it is. And okay, so I was sharing with, telling this, this potential seller, this for sale by owner, that I was with this brokerage, and he really wasn't all about it. He was an older client, and there was a Berkshire Hathaway right around the corner, like a brick and mortar standalone real estate office around the corner that has been in this area for a very long time, and he felt more comfortable, I believe, with having someone with Berkshire list their house because he just wasn't familiar. In my almost 10 years in being in real estate, that was the only time anyone has ever even made a comment to me about what brokerage are you with, and them being like, this isn't gonna work, I want to be with X place. And I haven't particularly dealt with people not wanting to work with me because I'm at a specific brokerage, but I do think in some real estate agents' minds that they're really stuck on and feel as though their brokerage provides this luxury. People want to work with me because I'm at this credible brokerage. And yeah, and I think Real can't really offer that because they haven't been around that long yet, where everybody has not known about it. We are just about to surpass 20,000 agents all over. So we're smaller probably than a Remax or Berkshire Hathaway, right? So I think that, it's just, a newer brokerage, I would say, and has less brand recognition. Communication challenges. So I made a note. Relying on virtual communication means that sometimes there can be miscommunication or a lack of personal connection that face-to-face interactions provide. This can be a challenge for those who value in-person relationships. So I value in-person relationships. 110%. Like, there's just something different about being face to face with someone and having a conversation. To me, I don't need to be face to face with the admin staff at Real. To me, I don't need to be face to face with the broker at Real, but I do understand. I feel like I'm a very open-minded person, and I think to some people, they value that. So I wanted to make sure that I did mention that, because I mean, these people are really great to communicate with. As far as the admin staff, like I was mentioning earlier, you can, as far as your transactions, you can communicate with the admin staff per your transaction, or you can email. I believe it's like, it's saved in my email, support@therealbrokerage.com. You can email. They're responding back to me nights, weekends, with video messages back in a very, very timely manner. We have 3 principal brokers in the state of Florida, and they get back to me in a very timely manner. So I've been really impressed by the communication. That has been my experience. But I wanted to add on here that if you really value in-person conversations and face-to-face with an admin or the broker, then this would probably be a con for you. My friends, thank you so much for tuning in for this video of pros and cons of Real Broker. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I feel like I have to say that, but make sure to connect with me over on Instagram. I would love to chat with you, connect with you. I am at thesteviehahnteam.com. I have been pumping out some content. I'm out here today shooting some content. We're going to shoot some B-roll, some short form content. So there'll be a lot of reels to come on my Instagram page, but thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.